Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am going to be showing you all of the Hoyas that are in my collection. I'm going to talk a little bit about them and like explain, I don't know, like not all of them have a backstory, but like explain anything about them, about how I obtained them or like what they're growing in, those types of things. So yeah, I will say that Hoyas are, I don't know, like even though my name is Philip Brandon on all of my social medias, I feel like it was like a clever way of like mixing in my name with like something like that with a username. But I think Hoyas and Monsteras are actually my favorite type of plant. So yeah, I know I mean, Hoyas aren't aeroids and they're not like the super trendy ones, but honestly, I just love everything about Hoyas. Like I like how they are like quite hardy. I like how I don't know, like they have like a compact growing pattern. Like you don't have to like extend poles. You can grow Hoya up a wall, I guess, if you wanted. But like, I just like how you can like put a trellis on it or you can let it hang or whatever, like the one behind me. And you can just like let it do its thing. And like, they're not, I mean, the ones that I have aren't super fussy, and I think one reason for that is because a lot of my Hoyas are actually in a semi-hydra setup, so that possibly could be why. But yeah, I don't know. Like Hoyas are probably my favorite genus of plant, and I don't know. I love Hoyas. I love how they grow. I love how bushy they get and how beautiful they get, and all the different variations and varieties that you can get, and the blooms. Like some of these have like really cool blooms. I'll make sure I made sure to do some homework before, because not all of my Hoyas have actually bloomed for me. Like I think like only like one, yeah, one has bloomed for me. And it's a prolific bloomer, but none like other than that specific one, I haven't had any of them like bloom for me. So I'm just going to be putting up a lot of photos while I show the plant of what the blooms look like as well, if you're like a bloom person. So yeah, okay, let's get started. So this is Hoya. I'm gonna have to get this out again because okay, I'm gonna really butcher this name. So I apologize, and don't come for me if I mess up any of these names, because I feel like I'm gonna mess up literally all of them. It's Hoya vangviengiensis. I butchered that name, but wait, is it gonna? I'll just I'm going to be putting the names on the actual screen too. But yeah, this one is going to be Hoya vangviengiensis, I think. And I love these leaves because they're so dark and like they kind of have a cool texture to them, because they're like kind of like dimpled and they have like a dimpled texture to them. And they also like, I don't know if you can see, you won't be able to see probably, but they do have like fuzzy, like little fuzzy things on the leaves. So like it's not like completely fuzzy, they just have like little like peach fuzz hair. But yeah, these are really cool, and I can't wait to get like a full plant of this. And so these ones, I think, to be honest, are gonna be my favorite blooms when it does bloom, and I'll make sure to put a photo up on screen of what the blooms look like. But these blooms I think are my favorite, and they're kind of like little white stars. Like I don't know, I love, or like they're not white, but they're more like cream color, like an ivory color. But yeah, they're absolutely beautiful, and I love Hoyas that I can enjoy the foliage and the blooms as well. So this one's a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I cannot wait for this to grow and like get more mature, get super bushy, and bloom for me. But yeah, I have to put it into a substrate, because all of the cuttings in there have rooted. But I did have it in, just putting it back in the container, but I did have it in Tiny Leca, because I have a lot of my Hoyas in Tiny Leca, because that's just, I don't know, I wanted to try it out. But yeah, I'm going to be putting that one to Tiny Leca. Okay, so the next one, so the reason why I loved this one, and oh, you can't see, but the reason why I loved this one is because of the large leaves. So like this is my first large leaf Hoya, but it is a Hoya latifolia, and then it says like pink. I got it from Crystal Star Nursery. So here's the tag. I don't know if it'll focus, but I got it from Crystal Star Nursery, and it came with these two leaves, I think. Yeah, it came with this leaf down here and then this one right here, and it's on a clear like two trellises kind of put together, like what Kevin does with his. Like he'll zip tie the top of it, and or two of them together, so that it kind of makes it like a cage. But yeah, I'm super excited about this one because I've never had a large leaf Hoya before, and I don't know, I find it like stunning. Like I love the color, I love the shape of the leaves, I love the size of the leaves. Like they're nice, large, they're super thick, and I don't know, they're almost like, I feel like I just watched a video of Fern talking about hers or something similar, but it was like almost like cardboard, but like a shiny cardboard. That's exactly what these feel like. But it's in a no drainage vessel right now, potted in pond, and I don't know if you can see, it's got it's got some decent roots in it, to be honest. So all right, here, I'll show this side, but it's got some decent roots. But yeah, I don't know, like it seems to be doing okay. I did have it, where was it? This part right here, so this tendril, here, I'll see if I can do this. This tendril right here, it, for some reason, I don't know what happened, it was doing great and it was growing, and then I wrapped it down because I want to like kind of just like loop it around, and as soon as I did that, I like, for some reason, the tip of it kind of just like dried out and crisped up, and then I had to rip it off because it was like all brown and shriveled. But I do have this weird looking leaf up here, but I think that that's just a deformity because it's in my Millsbo wide IKEA greenhouse up in my office right now, and there's just a bunch of anthuriums and stuff that are up there, and it just doesn't have much room. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with this. Maybe I'll put it in my IKEA greenhouse down here, because to be honest, the roadster that I have is mostly full of Hoyas anyway. So yeah, this is the Hoya latifolia, and then pink blooms, and I'll make sure to put some photos or videos of what the blooms look like on the screen with this one. But yeah, love this one. Okay, so the next one, I actually love this one so much, and I think that this one, I don't know, there's so many different favorites. Like, I'm gonna keep saying that these are one of my favorites, which like literally all of my Hoyas are one of my favorites, I feel like, so for different reasons. But I think I knocked the camera a little bit. There we go. So this is my Hoya sulawesiana, and I think I'm saying that right, but it's potted in a semi-hydro setup, kind of in, it's in like tiny leca, and then it does have drainage, but it's in basically like a glass vessel with a nutrient solution reservoir down at the bottom like that. And I have it on a clear trellis, and at most of the trellises that I have, I'll make sure to link them down below, but the clear trellises like these ones I get from Houseplant Essentials, and I don't know, I just love them because you can't really see, like they're just kind of hard to see, and I kind of like that. I don't like seeing ugly trellises while you have like, well, the plant isn't like super full like this, you know what I mean? Like, so it kind of just, I don't know, this is just my style. But I love this Hoya so much, and I was so excited to get it. I got this as a 2-leaf cutting from Marnie. Her Instagram is Passionate Plant Person, and yeah, we did a trade for, yeah, I gave her a top cutting of an anthurium, and then she gave me this cutting and another cutting that I'll be showing you of another Hoya that I have in my collection. But yeah, so I love this one, and I love this one because the leaf color, the leaf shape, the leaf texture, everything about this plant I just love. And I love the way that it looks when it like, it kind of just like drapes down the leaves. Like obviously these ones are kind of sideways, but I had to pot it like that in order to wrap it around this trellis. But I just love when they get full and they just kind of like hang down like that. I don't know, they just give a super jungly vibe, and I absolutely love it. And the blooms, I'm looking at them right now. These are like kind of weird looking. They kind of look like little like furry gremlin type things, but like I'm kind of into them. And I don't love the color pink, but these are kind of like a pinky purple color, and they're super fuzzy. And you know what? I'm super excited to see blooms on this. And even though I don't love every aspect of it, they're like so unique and so different. So I'm very excited to see the blooms on this one, and I just can't wait for this to get full and like just completely wrapped around. And oh, sorry, I don't know if I'll be able to show you, or if I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but there is like, yeah, I don't know if it's showing up, but there's essentially like little dots. And I think what happened with this is I sprayed it with like a foliar, I sprayed it with a foliar fertilizer not too long ago while this was on its way out, which, like, okay, I know I was stupid enough to do that, but and I did it while the grow lights were on too, because I was foliar spraying all of my Hoyas, and I probably should have waited until the lights were off. But yeah, let me know if like the little red, or like not brown, they look like little like black spots, to be honest. And it's on the back. I might be able to show you this way, but is that the right leaf? Yep. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see, but there's little dots, and oh, it's this leaf right here. I'm stupid. I'm doing it backwards, so I don't know if you can see, but I'll do this. I don't know if you can see, but there are little dots on it. So I don't know if it's from that, and I kind of messed it up while I was foliar spraying it. And I know that you're not supposed to like use pest treatments and stuff while the lights are on, or like during the day when you're spraying them on foliage. But yeah, this is going to be one of my favorites. It will, honestly, all of my Hoyas are going to be they're going to be like fighting hard for the top spot, because yeah, I don't know, this is going to be a hard decision trying to figure out which one's my favorite. But let me know if you guys have this one in your collection. Well, like, let me know if you have any of these in your collection, and I'd love to see pictures of like blooms, or like how you have it set up. So like, yeah, send me a message on Instagram, since I know that you can't do it on YouTube, or I know you can't like attach photos and stuff to comments on YouTube, but yeah, I'd love to see photos of any of the Hoyas that you guys have. So yeah, send them my way, and let me know down in the comments below like which Hoyas I should add to my collection based on the Hoyas that you see in my collection. You know what I mean? Like, I have a few in my wish list, which I'll kind of talk about at the end, but I want to know, I don't know, I'm a Hoya head. Like, I love Hoyas. I don't know, like, can you blame me? They're just beautiful. So yeah, this is Hoya sulawesiana. Okay, so the next one is Hoya mathilde splash. I mean, it was kind of splash, so I don't know. I feel like this is just Hoya mathilde now. But the splash ones that I had, I kind of separated them out. And this is the other plant that I got from Marnie and in that plant trade. And I separated them out because there was ones that were a little bit darker and didn't have as much splash, and then there was ones that did have more splash to them. So I separated them out and I tried to grow them as two separate plants. This one is starting to root and is starting to actually grow for me, but the other ones, they completely died off. So I'm really sad about that, because I love silver and I love like variegated Hoyas. So I'm really sad about that, and I'll eventually want to add it into my collection again once the opportunity arises, but I'm not like actively looking for it. But I have it on this like double hoop trellis. I feel like it would look super cute, especially with like how small the leaves are, with it kind of like doing almost like a figure eight. But I have it potted in my own version of pon. So I mean, there is pon in there, but there's other things in it. But it's in the exact same setup basically as the sulawesiana that I just showed, where it's in like this glass container with the reservoir down at the bottom. But except this one's in pon, so I'm just trying it out and seeing how this one likes it in pon. And again, the trellis, this trellis is from Houseplant Essentials, but I love this one, and I don't know, I just find it really cute, dainty, and like, I love the dark green foliage, and yeah, I don't know, I kind of love it. But it is taking a while to root for me. I don't know if anybody else has had this issue, but they do take quite a while to like grow and root. I don't know if this is just a problem that I'm running into, or if this is like a problem everybody else does, but it's beautiful nonetheless, and I can't wait for it to get like super full and bushy and wrap around this trellis like this. Oh, good thing I have a case on my phone because I just dropped it. The blooms on this one, I mean, I don't know. To me, they're nothing super special. They're kind of like a cream color with a little bit of like pink in the middle, and they're still very pretty, but I didn't get this for the blooms, to be honest. I didn't get any of these for the blooms because I am more attracted to like foliage of a plant because the blooms only last for so long. So like, I mean, I'm starting to get into blooms more, and there's some like really cool ones that I've seen. Yeah, like there are some ones with really cool blooms, but most of my Hoyas, I get them for the foliage, to be honest. But yeah, these blooms aren't anything special to me. Someone else might find them beautiful, and that's the reason why they get them, but that's not why I got this one. But yeah, this one is Hoya Mathilde, kind of splash. Also, I'm repping the Unplant Parenthood or like Charmaine's merch. This one is the greenish thumb, and I love this one so much. I've worn it so much in the past, I don't know, like month or two, but I love the fit and I love the feeling and the quality of them. And I know that I got a shirt from You Don't Even Grow Here. So Alice, she has shirts too that as a part of her merch, and I have the Anthurium Forever one, and I love that one too. But yeah, if anyone's interested, I will link this down below too, showing you where to get this. But I love this. I love this t-shirt so much. Okay. So the next one, this one has also taken a long time to grow and to root for me. And to be honest, all of my Hoyas that are in a no drainage vessel right now are like a plastic and or like metal cup. I want to take them out of that because I'll show you why. But this one is a Hoya. I think it's called clemensiorum. Clemensiorum. I know I said that wrong, so I apologize, and don't come for me. But this is I love this one because of how like prehistoric the leaves look. I'm gonna try and like not tilt it too much, but I love it for how prehistoric the plant, like the leaves look. They're super like crusty almost, and like they have a little bit of like, I don't know if that's variegation. I guess it is kind of variegation, but I don't know. I just love the way these look, and I love like when they get large, they get so beautiful. Like I'm so jealous of anyone that has like the large leaves on these Hoyas, because I don't know, they're just absolutely beautiful. And obviously I got it for the foliage. But the blooms are super cute too. Like they're not, to be honest, they're not what I would expect from this Hoya, because they're like small and dainty type of thing, and they're like a creamy / like white color. But I love this Hoya, and I cannot wait to get a huge like bushy plant of this, and it's on that like setup where Kevin attaches the two trellises together. But so the thing that I was talking about before, where I was talking about this like no drainage vessels, and like I have nothing against them, they work well, and obviously like some of my Hoyas, which you'll see soon, some of my other Hoyas that are in them. But the thing that I don't like about it is, I mean, I was the stupid one and put it in like a container that was like harder to see where the water line is. So like every time that I'm refilling this, I have to kind of like tilt it and see where the water is moving in order to do that, which like, and you can't really like flush these. So if I want to like run water through it, it's just super difficult. And I don't know, I like flushing my stuff sometimes because I know that salts can build up and like the nutrients can build up. But this one's also kind of like double hard to see because it has algae in it. So thank God there's no algae down here, because I'd be screwed. If I ever had to do that, I'd be screwed to be able to see where the water is. But there's algae starting to grow up here, and it's got this like texture to it, which makes it really hard to see like roots. It's really hard to see just like what's happening in there. So again, this was totally my fault. I thought it would be like super cute putting it into a container like this, but again, I don't know. I have to live with my decisions, and I'm just going to repot this one soon. So look out for a video for that, because I'm going to be repotting some of these Hoyas. But I absolutely love this Hoya so much. And you'll have to let me know if you guys have this in your collection, and how, like, I'm kind of interested to know, like with aeroids, it's really easy to understand that like you need to use moss poles and things like that. Or like if it's a terrestrial growing like philodendron or something, then like they need to continue to root into something in order to get larger. But how do people get like massive Hoyas? I've always been so interested to know, because my Hoyas, like obviously they're not like massive leaves other than the latifolia, they're like quite big, but I've always wanted to know like how do you make the leaves larger on a Hoya? Because I love, like, don't get me wrong, I love the size of these leaves, and there's nothing wrong with that, but if I can make these large and like massive, I want to do that. But, and this one's super cool too because it kind of has like a fuzzy texture to it too. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but it has like a fuzzy texture to it too, and it's really cool. I don't know, this is a weird one, and I love how like almost like I don't know what to call it, but they're kind of like rigid on the edges too. So yeah, beautiful Hoya. So that's Hoya clemensiorum. I think I messed up the name of that, but that's okay. Okay, so this next one is one of my current favorites, and I feel like I post it on Instagram all the time because of how beautiful it is, in my opinion. But this is my Hoya lacunosa mint coin, and yeah, this is one of my favorite Hoyas, if not my favorite at the moment. And the reason for that is because, I mean, well, I don't know, look at it. It's silver. I love silver Hoyas, or I love anything I love silver plants. Like, it's not just silver Hoyas, but I love silver plants. So this one is like, it's not silver per se, but it is more like a minty, so I guess that's why it got its name. But I've had this one for quite a while now. I've had it for maybe like 2.5 or like 3 years, and it started as two small cuttings with, I don't know, maybe like 8 leaves in total, and I kind of did it on both sides, and that's how it's wrapped around like this. But this one is so beautiful, and to be honest, I feel like I don't know what's going on with it. I can't tell if it's growing anymore because I don't see any new leaves on it, or there's no new growth that I see on it, and some of the older growth is coming off. But the one thing that I am wondering, and maybe you guys can let me know, but oh, there's a peduncle that's coming out. I'll show you guys in a second. But when it puts out a new growth like this, I don't know why, but like the tendrils they grow out like this, and then I feel like they're gonna grow out even more and then give me more leaves, but then it doesn't. And then some of the times, like, they look like kind of like stunted, or like, I don't know, the growth is just weird on them. So I don't know if this thing has like flat mites. It's doing it over here too. I'll see if I can hide my face. You can't really see, but it's doing it right there too. It's doing it in a few places, and like this example right here, how do I do this? No, it's not gonna work. This example right here is what I talk about with like some of my other Hoyas, where like it gets super dry. It'll push out like a little bit of a tendril, and then it'll get super dry and like shrivel up at the end, and then I kind of have to break it off. So you guys will have to let me know what I'm doing wrong in the instances where it does that. Like, you're not gonna be able to see very well, but yeah, like it just does that, and I don't know why. And this will give me a lot of peduncles, which there's a starting of a peduncle right there, and it'll do this all the time. Like, it'll give me peduncles, and it'll look like it'll give me, I don't know, like 5 at a time, where it'll give me 5 sets of blooms. Oh no. Well, I just did something, and I just got sticky stuff from the Hoya on my jeans. These are literally brand new jeans that I just bought like 2 days ago too. But my ADHD mind, what was I saying before? Oh yeah, peduncles. So you guys will have to let me know why it does this, or like what I'm doing wrong. But it'll give me a bunch of peduncles, and then it'll just like abort them. Like this example, yeah, you can't see that. I'll see if I can take some footage here. See if I can take a photo of what I mean. But yeah, like the photo that I'm going to be putting up on screen, it'll basically like give me the peduncle, and then they'll all just like dry off, and like it'll abort the entire thing before it actually like opens up or successfully gets open. But yeah, you guys will have to let me know in the comments down below what I'm doing wrong. Because yeah, I just don't know what I'm doing, and I want this thing to bloom for me, because the blooms are like, they're nothing special, but they're like quite delicate, and they're really, really cute. So yeah, I still want it to bloom for me, and it'll give me leaves like this. I don't know if it'll do things like this, which I don't know if this is normal. I feel like, I don't know, it's got so many leaves on it, so like I probably shouldn't worry about like this too often, but I do have to like pluck off some of these leaves sometimes, and I don't know if it's completely normal, and it's like other plants where like the older leaves just kind of just die off. So I don't know if it's like that, or if it's got something else. But I was thinking about treating it with sulfur, because I feel like if it does have flat mites, then that will handle it. But I'm just really dreading it because sulfur stinks and it doesn't look nice and it's kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. But this one is rooted very well, and it's in pond with a no drainage vessel. So I don't know if you can see very well, but this is the one that I was talking about, or like this is what I was talking about before, where it's like algae in the front because it's obviously a see-through vessel and it's getting a lot of light, but there's a lot of algae on the front. So what I have to do is I have to like take it out and look at the back. So thankfully the back doesn't get much light, so I can still see it. But I want to unpot these that are all in like no drainage vessels and put them into drainage again, because I just feel like it'll make my life so much easier. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. I think it's absolutely stunning. I love the color, I love the shape, I love this that I put it on this round. Just like the vision of what I wanted for this plant has completely come true for me. So, and it'll just continue to get true, I hope. So one of my favorite Hoyas. I think it's so funny when my like face is like that, but yeah, one of my favorite Hoyas. But yeah, this is Hoya lacunosa mint coin. Okay, so the second last one, so this I have one more after this. I'm essentially going to show you, I'm not going to take it down because it's kind of a pain in the butt to deal with, but I'm going to kind of do it as like B-roll with my phone. But this is my Hoya carnosa, and it is, I love it. It's not my favorite, obviously, because, well, I don't know. It is kind of my favorite. I don't know how to explain it, but it's my first Hoya ever, and I'll see if I can find a picture of what it used to look like when I first bought it. I had this when I lived in my apartment, like, what, 3.5 years ago, and this was actually my first Hoya that I've ever bought. And it is, I mean, it's massive. It's the biggest Hoya that I own. It's the bushiest Hoya that I own, and I don't know, it's just a classic, I feel like. Like, I feel like they're one of those plants that you see in, like, OG plant collectors collection, plant collectors collection, and I don't know, they're just beautiful. Like, I don't think, I'm just looking at the blooms now, I don't think the blooms are anything like super special. Yeah, like they're nothing super special, but that's okay. Like I didn't really buy it for the blooms anyways. I bought it more for, well, at the time I didn't know much about Hoya or the different types that you could get, but I just liked the look of the Hoya, so that's why it was my first one and I started getting into it. But it started off as like a little, what is it called? They start off with like 2 tendrils, I think, or 2 or 3 tendrils, and not that many leaves. And to be honest, it's been in the same pot for the entire time that I've had it, the same substrate. I should probably repot it at some point this year, but we'll see. It's doing so well without it now, and it's getting really bushy without it, so I'm kind of like reluctant to actually do anything about it. But yeah, that's my first Hoya, so it holds a lot of sentimental value, and I don't know, I have it in this hanging up, kind of in like a macrame hanger right now, but it's beautiful. So okay, so this is the second last one, and this is my Hoya krohniana, and this is actually my second oldest Hoya. So I know it's not very big, it's quite tiny, but we've been through a lot together, to be honest. This thing has been in not too many substrates. I feel like soil, and then pond, and then now like tiny leca, and it seems to be doing well in tiny leca. And I'm gonna try and show you the blooms. They're just fall. So this is the one that I'm talking about. This is the only Hoya that's ever bloomed for me. And to be honest, I bought this, or sorry, I didn't buy this. What am I talking about? I got this as a birthday gift from a friend, actually, and I believe it was sold to them as a Hoya courtesy, or courtesy, or I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it was sold to them as that, and then they gave it to me as a gift. So that's basically what I called it for like literally the longest time, until somebody corrected me once I actually put these, like a photo of the blooms on Instagram. Someone was like, yeah, no, that's not a courtesy or a courtesy eye, it's a krohniana. So I kind of Googled it, and then I looked it up, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, like it is. So yeah, this is my second Hoya in my collection that I've ever had, and for the longest. And it has a lot of sentimental value just because, like, I don't know, it was a birthday gift, and if anybody knows me, like, I don't I don't like things that are super expensive as gifts. Like if you get me a Hoya, or if you get me like a plant in general, I'm just gonna love it regardless. Like my grandma, she gave me for one of my birthdays, she gave me a cutting of my like grandma's large umbrella plant, and I'm absolutely like I love it. It's, I know it's like super common and you can get them anywhere, but just knowing that it's from my great grandma's like large mother plant, I just love it. So, anyways, I digressed. So yeah, this is the Hoya. This is Hoya krohniana. I like how it's got. I don't know if I'll be able to find. It's got like a little bit of splash. I'll see if I can. It's got like a little bit of splash on the leaves, and I like that about it. But I do like the simplicity, and I just like how like small and compact it is. So, and honestly, that's why I like Hoyas. Like with my other plants, like I love anthuriums, don't get me wrong, and I love like philodendrons and stuff like that, but they take up so much room. So this is one of the things that I love about Hoyas the most. It's just that they don't take up too much room, and they can get bushy and beautiful without having to take up that much room. But yeah, this is Hoya krohniana. I'm not going to put pictures of the blooms up because they're right there. They are, a few of them did fall off as I was taking them out of the IKEA greenhouse. So they are at the end of their cycle, but these ones smell. So this is the only one I'm going to be able to tell you the smell of what I think it is, or I'm only going to be able to tell you what it smells like for this one because it's the only one that's actually bloomed in my care. Like the rest of them, I've never seen their blooms in person, I've never smelt their blooms, so I don't know. But this one smells super floral, and it's very potent and strong. I remember when I had this in my office upstairs, when I would close the door at night because I don't know, like my office has a bunch of plants in it and I have cats, and I don't know, I just don't like them being in there without me being awake to see it. But I would close my door at night and then I would open it back up in the morning when I would start work, and I would just be like the huge waft of like super potent floral smell. Like I don't know, I just think of potpourri, like, you know what I mean, like that's kind of what it smells like to me, or that's what I would categorize it as. But it's beautiful. I love it. It's grown so much since I've gotten it. So like it started out as like very, very tiny little cuttings, and I put it into soil, and it's grown this much in the past like 4 years. So yeah, about three and a half. Yeah, no, actually 4 years. I've had this for about 4 years now. So, but yeah, beautiful one. I'm just growing it trailing. I don't know if I said before, but it's in tiny leca and in the same kind of setup that I have the other ones in, where this one has a higher reservoir, and this is kind of like low actually because I do it every 2 weeks, but this has a higher reservoir just because the roots are higher up. Like I had to basically remove a lot of the roots that were on them when I took it out of soil, so that's what happened here. But yeah, it's in tiny leca. Yeah, and it's just so beautiful. I can't wait for this one to get super bushy and to trail down. It'll look so beautiful in my IKEA greenhouse, just kind of like trailing down in the background. But yeah, this is Hoya krohniana. Okay, now we have the last one, and I saved the best for last. This is my favorite Hoya. I have had it for probably about 3 years. I think I bought it very soon after we moved into this house. Yeah, so this is my favorite Hoya, and this is the one that kind of gave me the Hoya bug, and to start looking for more Hoyas and like adding more to my collection. And it is my Hoya Wilbur Graves. I think it's the China variety, and I know that there's like a China and a Russia, and it's super full. I love it. It's on quite a tall trellis, and I've had to wrap it around so many different times. I think there's 2 different plants in here. Yeah, I think there's 2 plants in here, and I got it as a very small 2-leaf cutting, and then it's basically grown into this. I know that there's 2 plants, but I chopped it up and then I kind of put it back in to the pot. But it started out as a 2-leaf cutting, so like very similar to this, and then it's grown into this in the last like 2 years, or no, not 2 years, like 3 years. But it is potted in pon, and it's not a prolific rooter, I would say. Like the mint coin that I showed before, that one was a prolific rooter. Like there were so many roots in the pot, but this one doesn't have too many, but is in a no drainage vessel, kind of like the one that I had my clemensiorum, or if I'm saying that right. But the same kind of setup that one's in, but it's in this like plastic cup. essentially, and I have a little bit of a reservoir that I set it down at the bottom, and it seems to be loving it. Obviously, like, it's doing really well and it seems to be really liking it. So on one hand, I'm like, what it does, or like what's not broken, don't fix. But on the other hand, I kind of want to put all of my Hoyas, or all of my plants in general, not I don't know if I love the no drainage kind of setup, so I feel like I'm gonna have to actually go and change a lot of this. But yeah, this is legitimately my favorite Hoya. Like, I can't get enough of it. It's so beautiful. I love the variegation on it. I love how silver it is. I love how, like, striking and how much contrast is between the two colors of the variegation. So like, the silver is super bright and then the green is super dark. So yeah, my absolute favorite Hoya, and I kind of want to get the Russia version. I don't, let me know if I'm wrong too, if this is, because I'm saying that this is the Wilbur Graves China, because that's what it was sold to me as, but I know that there's like a China and a Russia version, but I want to get the other version because they have kind of like wider leaves and I kind of like that too. So I want to get that and add that to my collection. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. And this one's giving me like zero, I mean, knock on wood, it's giving me zero issues in terms of like any sort of like mites or anything like that. So, and it's just continued to get bushier and bushier over the years. So I'm super thankful, and I don't know, I love this Hoya so much. So this is Hoya Wilbur Graves, China. Okay, so I'm gonna end this off, not just yet, but I'm gonna end this video off with just talking about two of the Hoyas that I want to add to my collection, and I'm gonna have to go on Instagram because I saved them. But there's two Hoyas specifically that I want to add to my collection, and one of them is called, I don't know, there's a bunch of names in the hashtags in this, but Hoya Madara, I think it's called, or Hoya Snow Angel, or Hoya Madara Snow Angel. I don't know what it goes by, but I love the way that the leaves look. I love the color. I love I don't know, I just love everything about it, and I love kind of how it like looks like a green and yellow like Dalmatian almost. So I really want to get one of those. So if anybody knows where I can get one, and if they're not like $1 billion, let me know, and I will get in contact with whoever has those for sale. So there's that one, and then where was the other one? I thought I saved it on Instagram, but I guess I didn't. There was another one. It was a silver. Yeah. Ooh, this one. So this is a silver Hoya Carrii. I think that's what it is. The normal ones, or like the variegated ones, I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest. Like, I don't know, they're cool, but I don't really love them. But like I said before, I love anything silver foliage, or I love anything silver when it comes to plants. So I would be really interested in this. So I'll make sure to put photos of what I'm looking at right now on my phone. But if anybody has cuttings of these, or if anybody knows of where I can get them, please let me know, because I would definitely love to acquire these and put these into my collection. But there's another one too, and I guess like it's not like super rare or anything, and I don't even know if these two that I just showed or talked about were super rare, but there is one, and it's the Hoya polyneura variegated. I'll see if I can find a clip of Kevin with his is so like bushy and large and beautiful, and I really want one like that too. So I'm looking to add that one to my collection, and I'm sure there's other ones out there. Like, I love anything dark, anything silver, anything like that. So if you have any recommendations, please put them down in the comments below, because I would be really interested to see what other kind of Hoyas that you think that I would like, that I could add to my collection. So yeah, definitely let me know. But yeah, this is going to be it for this video. It's not going to be super long, at least I don't know how super long it is. I think I've been filming for an hour, so okay, this might be a little bit long, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to end this video here. If you don't follow me over on Instagram and or TikTok, please go do so. Same name on both of those, or like the same handle on both of those. So go follow me over on there. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to see all your comments and kind of talking more about Hoyas in the comment section down below. But thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.